Hey everybody, so I normally don't really make videos, or at least try to make videos like this, because I consider them kind of lazy, since I'm not really putting much effort into it. But I was wanting to make an update video before I announce my Shiny Days tier list video coming out. I did 100% the game now, so I basically know every ending by heart at this point. But before I did the Shiny Days tier list, I wanted to make a couple updates on the current tier list here. Because I have changed some opinions on a couple of these endings. Some of them good, some of them bad. The first one I want to make is definitely the most major change to the list, which is Setsuna's feelings. I don't know what made me think that this was a B tier. I think this is one of the best endings in the game. I don't know if it's S tier. I'm still deciding on that, but I do think it is up here at the top of A tier. I don't know what made me think that, oh, it was just a middle tier. I think it was just because it just felt kind of weird to me because it had a two lovers issue where it was multiple girls, but nah, not at all. I don't know what made me think that. So Sasuna's feelings, in my opinion, is top of A tier. I think it's a great ending to get. Another one I want to change is Push Too Far. I think I gave this ending a bit too much shit for some weird reason compared to Bloody End, because they're practically the same ending, just different characters dying. But the reason I want to change Push Too Far, especially, is because during my first tier list video, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I have a lot more bias towards Kodonoha than I do Sakai. But after a while of thinking about it, I do think that for me personally, both of them are basically equals. But although I do prefer Kodonoha personally, I do think Sakai is also just equally as good, in my opinion. So I don't know what made me think Push Too Far was D tier. I think this is one that it's definitely not up here for sure, but I do think it is same area as Bloody End personally because it's basically the same thing. With Honesty, a lot of people I've heard did not like my placement of it, and I will defend it real fast. I don't think the ending itself is bad. In fact, the ending is pretty wholesome for the most part. The reason I have it so low is because of the path that you have to take to get the ending. I just highly disagree with it. Just terribly disagree with it. That's why I have it in the C tier. And the reason I mention that is because I am going to be changing Lamplight to the top of C tier and Twisted Hair also to the top of C tier. Both of these are kind of similar. Lamplight is with Honesty, Twisted Hair is with All Hers, but obviously, like I said, both of them are very similar. I'm putting them both in at B tier or C tier, top of C tier. Um, Another change I want to quickly make as well is I'm actually going to be moving down two lovers to where To My Child is. I just the ending itself is technically wholesome, sure, but I'm just such a big component against polygamy that it just doesn't really work for me too well. And that's super ironic. I get it because Sukules is supposed to be a harem, and the future games are even more harem esque than this game is. But I also don't really give a shit. So there you go. It's not like you have to go with the harem endings in the other games. I choose not to unless I'm 100%ing, obviously. So, Two Lovers technically is a good ending, I agree, but it's just a little too weird for me to think that it's in A or even S tier that some people may think it is. And the last change I would like to make here, although it's not really that major, I am going to be moving Earnest Feelings Requited to right beside of the manga simply because I do think that being with Otome is not as far fetched as I thought it was. Although I do think it is kind of strange, I don't think it's just the worst person to go with. A lot of it obviously was just personal bias, yeah, but this whole list is biased, so it's not like that part's going to change. But either way, I just wanted to make a quick update video to you all, just show you all where I would change each. After that, I'm not messing with this tier list again. For the Shiny Days video, I'm making an entirely different tier list for that. And obviously, I'll also get JP with me to do it as well with me. Because he's such an integral part to the first two videos. So it would feel very strange without him. He doesn't have as much experience with Shiny Days as School Days, but he will still give his input in the video, even though a lot of this is just stuff that he's just hearing for the first time. So please don't just don't think that he's as familiar with it as I am. He's just a listener, but he will give his input either way. But yeah, I just want to make a quick update video, and that's about it. So there you go. Johnny Day's tier list coming soon.